I've been in Manville, born and raised in Manville, moved to California for 5 years, came back to Manville because I like the small town atmosphere. People that see this film, which is a great film, The Asbestos City is a great film, where one town, small town USA, and that's what we are, is actually bringing light to everybody throughout the whole country. And it gets people talking. People are hearing, what can I do? What can be done? This is the way more people have to look at it. What it comes down to is the flooding doesn't start in Manville, it ends in Manville. We have no problem with our tributaries, we have no problem with getting rid of our own water, but we can't get rid of everybody else's water at the same exact time. And with being the Raritan River being a tidal river, when high tide comes in, no water is allowed to get out because by the time it gets to the Royce Brook, hits the Millstone. The Millstone is one of the rivers in the world that flows north. So when it happens, when it comes to the Raritan River, it's like a hitting a brick wall, and everything that is supposed to be going through the Raritan is actually stopped. The people in these towns, say even 30 miles away from us, have no idea what they're doing. You know, the water that rolls down their driveway, off their roofs and stuff like that, it comes into the little streams, and that, you know, the outlooks, like we have plenty of them, and it goes into the streams, which eventually goes into the Raritan River. We're at the bottom. Now, one of the things since I've been retired is I work at a shop, and we build pumps for barges. Now, if we had a wider base right now where we could get a barge into Manville, those barges could be sucking up the water as it comes in. But now we don't because you got to go through narrow streams. There's other areas where you could do it. Divert the water around Manville. You know, a highway system, a small highway system, where if you take it 1/3 of the water from Raritan, it could reduce our flooding by several feet. And then you get another one going the opposite way. Say you're going towards past Bridgewater, through Bridgewater. And then you're going around through Hillsborough into Franklin. The water is still going to eventually get to the same spot, which is the ocean, but you got to divert it in several different ways. But we have to incorporate the private sector too, because we need financial backing. We're throwing away a lot of energy, natural energy, that could be used. Water power is strong. There's profit in it. You have to look at the profit in it. That's why we're not looking at the private sector. We're only looking for a government handout, and we're not getting it. And all we get is, okay, here's a buyout, here's a buyout, here's a buyout. All it's going to do is raise our taxes more and more. So there's got to be another solution, because people are stuck here also. Or they're just going to say, you know what, hell with it, let's count our losses and leave. Because some houses could be knocked down, but you use that area where the lowest area is, and you put a retention pond there, you should be able to build those houses up higher. But right now, we can't even do that. Have an alternate plan. Have a relative out of town that you have a place to go to, or prepare for a motel, just so you get yourself out of harm's way. Have your medications ready. Shut your electricity off. Open your windows. Let the water in. Take a water bottle, for example. When it's full, you can't crush it. You want to open the windows, let the water in, so you have equal pressure on the outside as you do as on the inside. So this way here, it doesn't collapse. Your hot water heater, your dryer, should be a hard pipe, not flexible pipe, because now you have your washer down in your basement. Your basement is completely filled with water. It's a floating bomb, and it happened because we had 2 houses in Manville explode, and we had a big business explode. A brick building with steel explode because of the natural gas. There's got to be a way where public service and all utility companies could actually have a different kind of valve. So if water hits something, it just automatically shuts off. We, as the town of Manville and the county of Somerset, have to be more vocal. I think the pressure should be in Trenton right now. And the last flood of Ida, we had the president assess the damage. And unfortunately, 4 years later, not one dime. And there's only so much money in the state budget. And then it has to go through federal, trying to get federal funding. And then it gets lost in the shuffle. As much as we can do, the average person to stop the water from going into our streams is a help. At the end of your driveway, you could dig a hole and you could put your own tank in there and use that water for watering your plants, stuff like that. At the end of your driveway, before it hits the road, and you collect that water. And you have that stored on your property. So when we have the drought, which we get every summer, you get a little pump and you can water your plants. Everything is here, right in front of us. It's just got a matter of putting this piece and that piece together. It's like the puzzle. And we're still in the box. We've got pieces all over the place. And there's a very, very small little section where we finally got the quarters, but that's where we're at. I think it's more private sector than government. And got to get involved. That's the only way you could do it. Volunteerism is the best reward you could give yourself. We could do wonders.